Checking in with you 5 to 10 minutes every day, every few days, isn't really a fulfilling connection for me to keep carrying. You erased me from your reality like I'm this distant memory you keep checking back with. In my reality, you are extremely present, but in yours, you have filled up your life with so much chaos and life unknown to me to make the memory of me take up as little space as possible. It's like when you are talking to me, I exist, but the moment you turn your head away and you're in your real reality, I really don't know you anymore because, no, you're in your own reality. I don't really know you anymore because everything you did without me after I was gone was everything you wanted to be free to do without me in the way. So I just spent months trying to be present and doing everything I could to not abandon you. But really, 90% of the time I talked to you, you were talking nonsense to push me out of your life. You will always say romantic shit like forever yours, but in action, you will always sideline me and take me for granted and keep me around just long enough that I don't leave you because you don't want me to leave. But my presence here really doesn't mean anything to you either. I don't think that will ever change. You closed your letter being forever grateful to me, dedicating my life to you. But it's kind of messed up to need people to dedicate their life to you just to help you feel special. It's not committing to a life with a person, it's just enjoying the attention and dedication a woman gives you without doing the same. I was very happy to be in a committed relationship with you until I found out you weren't really able to stay with anyone. So I don't feel happy to have given you my life. I feel cheated and sad for choosing and investing in the wrong person. It's too late. I can't take it back. So I stay. But you don't. And if you will always be grateful to me for me staying like it flatters you and makes you feel special to get as many women interested in you as possible, then I don't want to be here. I stay out of loyalty and continuity because I still carry the memory of you when you were better. And I keep thinking if I stick around, I can ground you back to yourself so you can be better again. But it's more like being a dead weight for a person who doesn't want to be held back from their own dedication to madness. Who you are now is the result of everything you chose to become, so you must be exactly who you chose to be. I would prefer to be someone who isn't sidelined. I want the company of someone who knows me and sees me and says things about my reality that affirm how clearly they see me. You might love me a lot, but you don't see me. You make me invisible to you, but still want to know I'm there somewhere in the background whenever you remember I exist. It feels on my end like giving love to an endless taker with no one in my life who really loves me and sees me, and it's very lonely and empty. If I'm present and available, you fuck around to make me jealous, and it's a really messed up and cruel way to treat any human who is there for someone by showing them they're just an option to you, and you will always play mind games on them to try to keep them interested in you. It's like all that matters to you is sustaining that someone will be there for you, even if you hurt them as much as possible. Like that's love to you, no matter how much you test and hurt and damage a person. If they're still around, you must be very special for them to still be there. Like even if they're hurting, hurt them more because something must be working. But then when they say they want to leave, they're too hurt to stick around, they don't want to be your friend or friend you online, you cry because you don't want them to go. But what did you do for them to stay? All I wanted for you, all I wanted was for you to be someone I could trust. That's the staying factor. People stay when you prove they are safe to stay. They don't stay when you do everything you can to prove you can't be relied on. That's the opposite of building trust. That's the chaos you want instead. You can't have chaos and trust at the same time. You want chaos. I want trust. This is no longer possible. I'm not sending you this video repeatedly or these flashcards so that you can become the version of you I would like. I'm sending it to you because this is the information that will turn your life around and save your life when I can't be here for you anymore. That's the level of love I hope to finally receive from someone someday. Doing things because it's the right thing to do, and doing things for others even if there's nothing in it for us, and leaving people with wisdom and help because we never know when we won't be here anymore, is a kind of dedication, but it's more like the life path I've been walking my whole life. I've been self-sacrificing and determined to live with purpose and to always do what is right because it's the right thing to do for others, not because it's the right thing to do for me. I do it because my mom told me it's the right way to live, and I trusted her, and she was right. I found out for myself. That's how I want to live, and that's the kind of love I want in the world. It's a paradox, though. The moment I want to be loved back with the same kind of selfless love I've loved others with, it's no longer selflessly given. So to hope to get something back for giving without expectation of return is to hope for return. That's why I can't receive love. I can only give it to demonstrate what it looks like to give love and hope others learn to love better from it, whether I see the results or not. It's a blind dedication, and I'm too sad to continue here. Good luck with potential job opportunities and your fantasy to support so-and-so and to get a woman to move in with you. Enjoy your life and can't keep up with the constant pace of your nonsense. I need regularity, routine, long-term continuity, stability to survive and keep these animals alive, and if I'm lucky, to be there for my family one day. I have pets, and they need a stable life. Just like women with kids and families, if we don't develop safe, stable lives, then we end up in bad chaos situations, like abusive relationships, psych wards, jails, broken families, homelessness, or with psychopaths who kill or neglect our animals to death. I can't afford to be disabled and irresponsible like you. Not everyone has parents funding our reckless lifestyles. Continuity is how you keep people and animals alive, safe, fed, and comfortable. I get up every day and I work and I care and I clean and I keep these animals alive and safe from psychopaths. I create routines and lists and budgets, and I push myself every day to get up and follow the routine that keeps me alive. No matter how depressed, I push myself to survive. You have a system to take care of you. I grieved a lot, but that's your ending. I can't feel guilt for you being at the mercy of the system. You aren't capable of taking care of yourself, and other people can't take care of you. That's what the system is for, people who can't take care of themselves. They are paid to take care of you because you can't. The last 4 months of worrying about you constantly and feeling guilt for leaving you to the system has been horrible because obviously people just fall through the cracks of the system. But pretty sure we've all gone through this. Your family, your ex, everyone eventually understands you're a permanent case of the system. Everyone hopes you'll get better, but we can't anymore. Like when you lived with me and everyone thought you were finally going to be okay for a moment, there people had hope. But you're too far gone now. There's no way you can turn your life around even if you wanted to. You're too sick, and it's too hard for people around to watch you and live with it. You're not really capable of a long-term relationship, so all these fantasy flings and crushes are an escape for you. They aren't real. They just help you pass the rest of your life. I kept talking to you because some days it's you again, Most days you're gone, and most days I'm just sad because I really don't know how long you have left. I assume any day you'll be dead. And so I hang in there because I don't know how much time is left with you here. And I didn't get enough time with the person I loved before they got sick. But it's really not a life to be the only one psychologically here. I grieve and I grieve, and I am alone. And there's no one else here grieving with me. I feel like my dad now. It's just like my mom all over again. I accept that you're never getting better now. When Eggs died and you didn't even respond like anything had happened at all, and you let her die in front of Ginny, and you left them alone for all that time, and you didn't even think about it. I'm too emotionally wrecked. It's so heartbreaking that you don't have the capacity to grieve or to think about how grief feels for other people. So I accept there's something wrong with you and it's never going to get better. I think it's Alzheimer's, but it doesn't matter what it is to you from the inside. You don't have the insight and you don't know how anything is wrong. It's just the people outside of you who see it and hurt. You hurt for like 2 minutes here and there, but it doesn't last. You live in the system and it's where you're going to die. You are more committed to being a permanent mental health case than you were committed to building a life with someone. You were desperate for people to love you and take care of you and take you. You're so desperate for being taken care of, you demand it from everyone in your life, the system, and your fantasy women. That's why everyone in your life had to abandon you to the system. It's the only situation equipped to take care of your extreme needs and demands and incapacity for self-reliance. Everyone in your life gave you all the help, tools, care, time, wisdom, support, accommodation. Everyone has gone above and beyond for you your whole life to give you extra advantage. But instead of using all that advantage to become self-reliant, you just got used to taking advantage of people and having an exaggerated and inflated sense of how much people give for free and how much you can get out of people and systems. You had your whole life to stop, but you wouldn't. So if you neglect yourself across a lifetime, then you end up sick and living in a hospital permanently. You will never do more challenging things for yourself if you can get a woman to take care of you instead. That's why you can't care for a woman. They're just a resource to you that gives you feelings and feeds you and cleans for you and helps you inflate your sense of self-importance. Because if you don't keep up the appearances of being significant or likable, how would you get a woman to take care of you? Especially when they all leave you, and you will need fresh supply for the rest of your life, one after another. Jumping between all these women in the street and the hospital sounds a lot more exciting and chaotic and more time-consuming than just becoming self-reliant. And yeah, it's never happening for you. I moved in with you because I trusted you and I was terrified of sociopaths after one messed with me. You led me to believe you were safe, responsible, trustworthy, career-oriented, and stable. You were all of those things, but then you stopped being all the best of yourself when it got too hard. So no, after all these women had to leave you, and after all these animals died because of your neglect and abuse and the determination to treat the psych ward like it's all a game, then no. Women who fight this hard to be safe and comfortable and independent don't let some guy move in with us so that we can take care of them 24/7 and constantly worry if he's going to kill our animals. No. You're in some fantasy la la land where you think women are so lonely and in love with you, they want to take care of you and provide for you and work so hard to support you and feed you. That's not what women are for. That's what the hospital is for. I'm well aware you already know this, and that's why you prey on women who don't know yet. And they're no good once they know. Women think that when men see that we know all this shit about them and love them anyway, that men will see how loved they are and stay. But men like you don't give a fuck about how you actually affect women. You only care about the whole game of playing women and extracting care out of them. I don't respect this bullshit version of you. I respect the person who I met because you were still a good person back then. Now you're just this mess of game playing and manipulation. Like you think you're just having a fun midlife crisis and getting all the attention you can while you still can. Sorry, but nothing about who you have become is the life I wanted with a partner. I don't want to remember you like this. You can't ever be trusted ever again. You can't love anyone because you'll only love them until you feel attraction to someone else. You have no loyalty. You have no long-term stability. You only commit to women to get what you want or because they're attractive. You want to pretend to take care of people, to trick them into taking care of you. You surround yourself with this ridiculous fantasy that you're surrounded by women who think you're so hot that they all want to fight over you. It's all garbage. Everything about you, everything about what you are now is what women want nothing to do with. That's why you're so desperate to make yourself appear more substantial online. You think life is about getting people to like you so that you can use their attention to seem impressive. That's all the substance you have right now, is getting people who are appearance centric like you, because you think if attractive people like you, because you think that if attractive people like you, then you must also be attractive. I'm tired of how much of a mess you are and want to be. You enjoy this more than you enjoyed being happy or well. Stable, committed women who build a life and home with you are bland to you. Like you want it for a while until it's too boring. Then you want chaos and attention. And you go back to being gross and unwell and acting like a victim of the system and accusing everyone in your life of harming you while you throw people out and treat people like shit and demand to be waited on like everyone owes you. You will never, ever grow up because you enjoy fucking with people too much. You're an absolute fucking child and a narcissist who thinks they're charismatic. And that's why you put more energy into making friends, supply, than you do into being self-sustaining. You can't keep friends. You just need them so you can use them, take advantage of them, and have fun with them while they last. But they don't last because you're an absolute shit show of a human being underneath. So much of life you never bothered to learn. You couldn't be bothered to work on yourself. You cared more about performance and appearances than you did about having depth. Whatever depth you used to have, you have no one left to remember it with you or for you.